What's going on to you Leos out here? Hopefully y'all are having a good day. Um, um, it's still Leo season, so happy birthday. It's still Leo season. I think it's Leo season up until the 23rd. Some people say the 22nd. I say the 23rd. And then August 24th is officially, if you ask me, when Virgo season steps into play. So yeah, my birthday is coming up in less than a week. So for you Leos, you actually have the Knight of Cups, the Devil card, and you Leos have the Hermit. And this right here is about how a lot of you Leos are learning to be amoral, which is good. Um, Granted, if you want to be moralistic, that's fine. It's up to you. Just be careful with that, right? Just like you got to be careful with anything. And so there's a sense of you Leos wishing that you can give, but you can't necessarily do that with everybody. So there's a sense of you Leos understanding when and where to give, right? To give, but don't over give, and don't give to the wrong people, and don't over give to the wrong people. The Hermit right here, because again, the Devil card, they will chastise you. They will look at you like you're the worst person in the world. You will do that. And then you also have the Hermit right here. So the Hermit represents how you're in a position where for you, Leos, the Hermit really is about how you are staying by yourselves, sticking to yourselves. You don't have like this entourage, right? A lot of you, if you ask me, a lot of you Leos probably haven't had an entourage for a while. But cliques and groups gets made everywhere, whether people are just grouped up, right? Like that's just how a lot of people are going to be. People work as teams to get things done. And so it's this instance in which, whether it's on the job, family, well, a family is a group of people that are genetically related. So some of them are married into the family, but in general, they share genetics. So you can't necessarily help that one. That really is the only exception to that. But the other ones is on the job, romantic interests, and friends, right? Maybe even acquaintances. And so a lot of you Leos haven't had an entourage romantically for a while. When it comes to the job, a lot of you Leos are still learning how to get the job done, but not necessarily be a part of any group. Once again, right, like because you understand that groups and overly doing it or overdoing it on groupthink can get you into some mess, and a lot of you Leos don't want to do that. So the Sun card and the Queen of Swords right here for you Leos represent how y'all are in a position where y'all are very much so in a position where y'all are doing y'all thing. A lot of the attention is on you, but a lot of the attention also is on the fact that a lot of people can't really make a decision. They're in a clip off. They can't. They're double-minded. They can't make their own decision as to what it is that they want to do. And when they do make a decision, it's so wild and extreme to the point where it's comical, right? It's to the point of, and well beyond to the point of delusion. I don't tell y'all, I do not tell y'all, and you have a lot of people who steal my lingo. I talk about it all the time, right? About how this is not a cult. And I joke, but it is true. It's not one, because how I came up with that is I don't want, and I've made it clear, I don't want people thinking exactly like me, right? Everybody has their own particular personalities, and I respect that. And it's not a cult. Like, I'm not trying to get y'all to do something that y'all don't want to do, or start like taking on my personalities. You can take some things from the way that I think, but there's only going to be one me. There's only going to be one you individually, right? And so, as a matter of fact, I think that you should take bits and pieces from everywhere that you can use while still at the same time figuring out what your personality really is. And the reason why that's so important is because it's this emphasis on people not liking the fact that you Leos are doing your thing, right? You know how it is when you're on your job, people will say, "Oh, you're not a team player." And that's not what it is. It's not that you can't work as a team. That's not what that is. It's the sense that people bring too much of their own BS, and they bring politics on the job, right? Cliques, groups. If you click up with the right one will pull you up based upon nepotism, right? Or favoritism. Maybe, or nepotism adjacent. Maybe you're not necessarily genetically related to them, but you're related to them in the sense that y'all are really close, tight friends like that. And so you're down for whatever agenda they're down for. So if they get themselves in a world of power, they pull you up, or you get yourself into a managerial position, they expect you to pull them up type stuff. And a lot of you Leos just want to work. You just want to stay quiet. You just want to stay by yourself. You just want to stay focused. You just want to do your thing. Even when it comes to things being romantic, like let's just say it's not your job and it is romantic. Even if it is romantic, excuse me, you want to do your thing. You Leos don't want to just be out here getting to know people and and all it is that you're doing is like you're being in this group. Half the time you're doing your thing. Maybe you're going about your day, living your life. Half the other time it's like people, you have to play a role, and you know what I'm saying? Like people are like, maybe they're trying to get at you romantically. No, the Three of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, right, represents how, again, a lot of you Leos just look at relationships, because it does get to that point. It does get to that point naturally, right? Where it's like, why am I going up to the person and saying anything to them if I know that at the end of the day, they're just going to make it difficult for me, right? At some point, they're going to make it difficult for me in order for me to actually like live my life and do what I want. It's going to be some sort of confrontation, romantically, friendship wise, or on the job. And I just see a lot of you Leos are like, you don't have time for it. A lot of you Leos have something in mind. You have a goal to chase. You have a goal or destiny to seek that you've created, that you want. And you're trying to see how far you can go with this thing. You don't have the time to care about people's like need and their desperation for attention. And so the thing is that so the Six of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, if they can't keep up, if they can't respect that space, they're going to have a very difficult time trying to bait you Leos into an argument, because a lot of you Leos are not really going to say anything unless it's necessary, because you don't care to, because you're so focused on doing your own thing. And then the Ace of Pentacles, because you have better things to do, that actually do pay you back, that do give you the results back. So you Leos put your effort into it, effort into working out, effort into a relationship, effort into the job, effort into, your health, stuff like this, right? Nutrition or whatever, maybe getting better quality sleep. You're actually getting benefits back from that, from doing that. So it's not a situation where it's like it's people, right? All over the place, unpredictable. No, you put effort in, you're getting effort out. And so the situation with that is that the Ten of Wands and the Moon card represents, it does represent how like it depends on how you're moving, but you're moving in the correct direction for you. Staying out of politics, excuse me, is some of the best stuff that you Leos can actually do. And you don't have to worry about like somebody else getting you into a situation, right? Because that's one of the worst things in the world, right? A lot of self-reflection. You know, a lot of self-reflection. A lot of other people need to self-reflect of why is it that they need to get someone else to do their dirty work, right? I've like been cool with people where it's like I'm thinking that we just being cool, and they may have had an op, right? They may have had some sort of an op, and then they're like, yo, I'm gonna let Kareem handle you, and I'm looking at them like we not even cool like that, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause like tossing somebody else, like, you gotta understand, like you don't do that. You don't have beef with somebody and then throw the confrontation that a person has or you have off to somebody else and be like, yo, you a part of this. It's like, no. Or try to put them in a position when they are a part of this. They gotta choose to be a part of this. If they don't choose to be a part of that, you know what I'm saying? You keep them out of it. But and so that person would put me in that. And me having the ability to think for myself, being a Sigma, I'm like, nah, you on your own with that, because I don't know dude from a can of paint, and you just gonna be over here and put the confrontation, you know what I'm saying, that you have with dude on to me. I don't even know him. Like, I don't even have beef with him. I don't even know him. I'm still nervous than a mug that I'm around new people in a new surroundings. This is back when I'm in like middle school, 12 years old. I'm still trying to figure out what middle school feel like. Like, I'm nervous than a mug. I just got out of 6th grade, so I'm like nervous. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm still trying to figure it out. And so it's safe to say I'm cool with him now. You know, I don't have any beef with him now who did that. Me and him are cool. You know what I'm saying? But back then I was like, I don't know, because he felt like I must have left him hanging. But that's not what it is. It's just that you don't do that. Whatever your beef is, it's one thing if, like, I can see that homie was getting jumped. And I'm like, oh, that's my homie. Let me go ahead and help him out. Boop, you know, do my thing or whatnot, right? Because I can see it's 2-on-1. But to have beef, but to be a single person having beef with another single person, right? Like you yourself as an individual, singular person is what I'm saying. Having beef with a singular person, and then you be like, oh, such and such will handle you. It's like, yeah, I could, but why would I do that? I could, but why would I do that? I don't have beef with dude. You feel me? And then this is the stupidity of groups, when the groups are not really on anything like that. When the groups are not really talking about anything like that, what happens is, and there's no direction, because I'm giving you Leo's game. When you have groups that are like that, what happens is that when you refuse to have their back, and you're like, you don't even know where this beef started, they ostracize you. They now want to look at you and be like, oh, you outcasted. But you Leos don't care. That's a matter of fact what it is that you Leos are trying to stay away from. Let's clarify the moon card, because there's a lot of companies that end up going under due to that, the boardroom politics. How many people play games on the job and do whatever and steadily playing games when it's like, just work as a team, move up through the ranks, and be the best group. If y'all work as a group in that sense, or the job, be the best department, right? Be an outstanding department. Like, why is it that, like, you know what I'm saying, people? Because what happens is that we all start out first looking at our surroundings, and then you have people who want to be smart, and then they'll have the mentality of, oh, okay, I'm gonna start undermining people and doing whatever on the job, and then they start looking to make like a group. Then they get themselves in that kind of position, but they don't even realize that they're being exalted, right? So that people can see the poor leadership skills. Those are going to be the first one. Those are going to be the first people on the chopping block. So let's clarify the moon card. And this is how a lot of companies end up going under, because they exalt the people who shouldn't be exalted, And then they don't exalt the people who should be exalted. But while those stupid people are in managerial dispositions, they steadily making poor choices. And it's like, you not an Indian chief, you an Indian. Facts. Your choices prove that you're not an Indian chief. Get out of here. So let's clarify the moon card for you Leos. Ironically, King of Wands, Two of Swords, the Chariot, Emperor, and then you Leos also have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is a time of great reflection for not just you, but a lot of people should be reflecting upon how it is that they move in their life. But a lot of people are not going to do that. But you Leos stay reflecting. And so that's made you very disciplined. And staying away from people's nonsense. The Emperor and the Ten of Pentacles represents how you Leos are going to continue to move like this because you're seeing great benefit from it. So that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. I'm at 25,800 and change. We're actually going towards 26,000 pretty soon. Smash the subscribe button, like button, hit the notification bell. Set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. And if you want to come through and get a personal reading from me, or the books that I have, they're on Amazon, or the Kareemspiritworks clothing, make sure to get the Kareemspiritworks clothing, yo, for real. The link to all of that is in the comment section below. Peace.